Let's talk about the White House Correspondents Dinner. We've got the best, I think, of Joe Biden's performance. Again, I want to be fair. The guy, he had one of his good days that exists. I wouldn't say his delivery or jokes were all that great, but what I found interesting is how much time he spent going after Ron. It's like DeSantis was a main character, almost more than Trump was. Of course, Trump got several jokes there, but he really did appear to be going after DeSantis, I think, in a special way. One of those was the focus of President Biden's jokes. Here's what he had to say.
Had Ron DeSantis, I had a lot of Ron DeSantis jokes ready, but Mickey Mouse beat the hell out of me, got there first. Now look, can't be too rough on the guy. After his re-election as governor, he was asked if he had a mandate. He said, hell no, I'm straight. I'm straight. You say I'm ancient. I say I'm wise. You say I'm over the hill. Don Lemon would say that's a man in his prime. Look, it's great the cable news networks are here tonight. MSNBC owned by NBC Universal. Fox News owned by Dominion Voting Systems. I'm going to turn this over to Roy. Roy, the podium is yours. I'm going to be fine with your jokes, but I'm not sure about Dark Brandon.
I mean, the Dark Brandon broke. They were okay. I don't know.
I liked the Don Lemon Prime joke.
The Don Lemon Prime,
even
one. Then, it's so overwrought now at this point. Well, it's like every YouTube comment is like, Don Lemon is past his prime. And that's funny. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's like we're several days late to the discourse. I thought he did fine. I didn't think there was anything in there, like a particular zinger. I enjoyed the Fox News joke. I thought that was probably the best joke.
We always grade Biden on a bit of a curve, I feel like.
Yeah,
you can't help but be like, oh, he like, you know, he had a little bit of energy and vigor. Right. And okay, some of these jokes like half landed. Not bad. I can't help but reflect on how much this whole dinner has diminished since.
That's a good point.
During the Obama years, I mean, that was the height of the
social scene.
Yeah, it was the height of the media administration, social scene, and this, you know, glittering, like excited, optimistic. People felt still excited about Obama, et cetera. He was very good at delivering the jokes. He was genuinely funny, like had good timing. They'd use the Daily Show writers, I think, to help craft the jokes, et cetera. It was a huge to do in D.C. and to get that invite and all the after parties and all of that. And Trump, to his credit, I mean, this is one of the things that he really killed, and I think that's a good thing. I also can't help but. There's always at this dinner, there's a lot of like moralizing about the free press and the importance of the free press. And I just can't take them seriously anymore. I mean, it's like, okay, then why is Julian Assange locked up? Why are you getting like, you know, the questions in advance, Mr. President, before you go out there and do your pressers? Why don't you do press conferences more often? Why don't you sit for interviews more often if you actually respect this institution, respect the free press, respect its importance as a critical, you know, bedrock of democracy, as you should? So I just have a hard time taking these people seriously.
The whole thing is gross. Even the comedians, I mean, look, nothing will ever top Stephen Colbert, you know, just absolutely eviscerating George W. Bush to his face. There are a few other moments. But that is just, I mean, that's actual courage, honestly. Like, that's what that should look like when the White House Correspondents Association president roasts the president to his face or speaks up, brings up press access issues, urges him to do more press conferences. That's what you should do. That's not what happened. And then same with the comedian. The comedian should not be like culturally going after like whoever is the opponent of the president. Roy Wood, he did an okay job, I think, of poking some fun at Biden, but there's a hell of a lot more to play with. Here is what we thought were some of his best.
Happy to be here. Oh, real quick, Mr. President, I think you left some of your classified documents up here. You can get to no, don't give them to him. I'll put them in a safe place. He don't know where to keep them. Scandals have been devouring careers this year. The untouchable Tucker Carlson is out of a job. Yeah. Okay. Some people celebrate it. But to Tucker's staff, I want you to know that I know what you're feeling. I work at The Daily Show, so I too have been blindsided by the sudden departure of the host of a fake news program. No scandal more damaging than the scandal of Is Joe Biden awake? Look, hey, say what you want about our president, but when he wake up from that nap, work gets done. He might doze off with an infrastructure bill. Student loan forgiveness. Did we free Brittany Griner? Free Brittany Griner. The issue with good media is that most people can't afford that. All the essential, fair, and nuanced reporting, it's all stuck behind a paywall. People can't afford rent, people can't afford food, not healthy food. They can't afford an education, they damn sure can't afford to pay for the truth. But you all can't afford to go find the truth for free.
It was okay, you know, like I said. You know, at least you poked fun at Biden's age. I think the takeaway is, like you said, it's just almost irrelevant now at this point, where it was a big to-do, now it's not, and I think that's probably a good thing. You know who you have to give credit for killing it was Trump, because he didn't attend, I think, for his entire 4 years in office. It lost the cultural cachet. Then COVID happened. Not enough people were able to come in the first 2 years. They tried to make it into a whole thing with all the Vanity Fair parties and all that, but because it's such a bad time for the media business, they don't have the cash to throw these things in the same way, on top of the Don Lemon firings and the cable crashing and the CNN drama, etc. They just don't have the same level of like being on the upswing that they thought they were back in 2010 or 2011.
Dying relic of a struggling industry. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it is. I think Glenn Greenwald's always referred to it as Versailles, and I think that's very apt. Actually, Julia Fox came in whiteface, so it really is one of those where it's as Versailles as it gets.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.